Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90.
Good morning, CSF Nation. Did you catch the Henge sunrise this morning? Oh my God, that was such a beautiful, beautiful sunrise to see, and just put on just such a light show, especially if you're in Pacific City. For those who don't know, Henge sunrise is something that happens in California, and it's more of a celestial event, but because we're closer to the Pacific, and it does actually happen here, especially in certain areas around the CSF Nation. So if you got a chance to check that out, that was absolutely stunning to look at. So now this does beg the question, are we getting more rain this week? Well, you're gonna find that out in this week's 7-day forecast, sponsored by Bellabog Real Estate. So as the second week of April is upon us, it is bringing much warmer temperatures. In fact, today in the CSF Nation, you can be seeing highs up into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Of course, and everywhere else is going to be in the mid to upper 60s as well. So it's definitely getting warmer out there as we're getting closer to the summer months as well. You're going to be seeing plenty of sunny skies on Sunday and Monday. However, the clouds will start rolling back in on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Speaking of which, there is some rain clouds brewing across the CSF Nation this time. They're going to be coming over from the Gulf, bringing over some slight showers, very light rain as well. So nothing too worth pulling an umbrella out, but it will be off and on, specifically on Wednesday and Thursday. So it'll most likely, like what we saw with last week, it'll likely be a blink and you miss it, and it will depend on that. Friday and Saturday, we'll see the return of sunnier skies, partly cloudy skies, with highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s in some areas, especially in Valhalla Berg and Adolphs Bay, and lows will be in the mid to low 50s. Some notable ones will be, or some notable days will be Friday, where the lows will be still in the upper 40s if you're in Adolphs Bay. So plenty of those cooler temperatures there, and especially on Saturday with plenty of the high pressure clouds making its way. So a cold front possibly next week, but I think that might be the last of it. We'll have to find out. So anyway, that is this week's 7-day forecast, sponsored by Bellabog Real Estate, the leader in construction and also real estate as well. Put your homes, put your dreams in Bellabog Real Estate. I am Maricel Teller, producer and weather girl from Makini in the morning, and I wish all of you a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and as always, until next time, Makini, it's your turn. And then you know what that means. It is time for Makini in the morning. Have a wonderful show, Makini. Have a wonderful show, everyone. I will see you all later. Ciao!
All right. All right. Yeah, we working now. Now, what? We're working now. You just cost me a freaking hour, so working now. Now you call. So, thank you, thank you, keyboard. You cost me an hour, basically. You cost me an hour. You've costed this show an hour, so we now have to do a freaking quickie phrasing. So now we got to do this quick. We have to do a quick hour show this time because screw me, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, by the way, got new keyboards coming in today. Yeah, bought new keyboards coming in today. Anyway, quickies is sometimes just as good. You know what, Bosco? You know what? Okay, Bosco, you know what? Hang on, say. You know what, Bosco? You getting a bomb. Brother, I love you, but you Gasco, I love you, man, but you getting a bonk just for that. Anyway, good to see the bat still working. You know what? Okay, we back. Okay, we back. We back. My keyboard is working. My keyboard happened to be working now. It's working now, but you know, it's decided it's gonna work right after I cut the stream off last time. So my apologies. I know we just costed you an hour on this one. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Penny, I know your ass is here, so go ahead. I'm gonna turn the damn music on. Let's get right into it because I'm not in the mood right now. I was having a good I was about to have a good week. I was about to have a good week and my week just ruined. You just ruined it for me. So thank you, keyboard. Thank you for that. Anyway, drop music. Let's go. Turn my damn OBS on. More like it costs 15 minutes. It wasn't cost 15. Difficulty. Don't you start with me, okay? Don't you even start with me. All right, hit record. Let's go. Okay, now you're working. Now your ass is working. Fine. Okay, good. 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 All right. Okay, render details. We're going to set this up. This is going to be the base. All right, we're doing grayscales next. Now you're working. Now you're working. Let's get myself round up. Let's see. Okay. I didn't even I hadn't even decided on I haven't even decided on where my light source is gonna be. Let's do let's do you know what? Let's do that light source. Come on, let's do that. All right. Okay. So we're gonna start from there. So base grayscale, we're gonna set this to set this here. We're just gonna do this section by section, like we always do, basically. So hi, you can thank Caustic for this one. Like I said before, you can thank Caustic for this one. Caustic is motive. Caustic has encouraged me to go full grayscale method, to go for the grayscale here. And I will admit I have not looked back since. So we only have like 45 minutes. So let's make this count. We have 45 minutes, so let's go and make this count. Let's. Do I have let me turn the clock on real quick. Okay, so I got the clock ready, and we'll just make this count. Let's go ahead. That's like I said, 45 minutes. 45 minutes. We are just going to. And what I'm basically doing is I'm doing this section by section. Starting off with the skin. Excuse me. Okay, here. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm at quick color cost. Might go monochromatic. Are you gonna go manga style? Is that what it is, Sean? Not complaining. Here go. No complaints from me, my friend. No complaints from me on that one. I'm just like, sooner the better. You only got 45 minutes, and what we're gonna do next is we're and set this up this way. Still plenty to do. And I think the same is, I'm not sure if that's the same for the, if that is the same for the, this been pondering for a year. This makes me smile. What, seeing the bunny girls make you smile? It's not cute. Smile. Okay, then. It's good to know. Good to know. Kenyon, good morning. Sorry, I'm not in the mood right now. My keyboard's starting to screw with me. Keyboard's starting to screw with me, so it just cost me an hour, and I basically had to cut off the stream and cut it back on again. So thank you, thank you, keyboard. Thank you for that. You were getting replaced today. You know what? Okay, Mom. You know what? Just. Trust me, it's gotta be all. Trust me, I tried with 851, and and it was hectic if you're doing what you're doing exactly. Exactly. Don't worry, I went ahead and just got a Razer. I just got a Razer keyboard. It's supposed to be like 200 hours of battery life, and it's like that. It's just like, keep that on plus good. Plus, if you guys, plus I probably need to show my setup at some point. I have an RGB setup. No, no, for real. I have a full RGB setup. My microphone is RGB color. I have a full RGB setup: keyboard, mouse, microphone. Yeah, it's all RGB colored. It's not gonna let my ear zombie out. It's just, just a little hectic. Just a little hectic. It's just a little frisky. Just feeling a little frisky today, is all I'm saying. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, let us begin. Let us begin. Let's begin because we got stuff to make up for an hour. We got an hour to make up for, basically, and then we're going to dedicate like the last 20 minutes. We're gonna dedicate like the last 20 minutes to watching that trailer for Marathon because I am very curious because I have some thoughts on that, and I am very curious what your thoughts is on this too. It looks cool. I won't lie. The trailer looks cool, but I don't know. It's just like, could it be it's just I don't know. It just makes me worry. It just makes me wonder if we're gonna have another if we're gonna have another Concord situation on our hands with Bungie with Marathon. But then again Bungie is much more Bungie. I will admit it. Bungie is much more competent than Firewalk is. So it's a bit more comprehensive. However, yeah, the whole thing of no proximity chat, though, yeah, that's not a good excuse. That's actually a terrible. That's actually a real stupid reason because you want to eliminate toxic. Because you want to quote unquote eliminate toxicity in your chat. Oh, toxic chats. So like, this whole thing. And my thing is this: some of the best moments, some of the best moments come from a toxic chat. I'm just gonna be openly honest with you. This isn't the same Bungie, okay? We always go to that old the thing is like these types of people would not survive a Modern Warfare 2 lobby back in the day when they're basically throwing every single racial slur known to man. I think the voice still stands. I still believe that sometimes even your best moments are sometimes your best gaming moments come from a toxic chat, okay? When everybody's in the heat of a moment right now, okay? I'm just saying, I'm just like, come on now, Bungie. That's a little too soft, man. I'm like, I don't think this is the same Bungie that is behind Halo. I don't think that is the same masterminds behind Halo. I don't think this is the same Bungie behind Destiny. I think this is a different Bungie. This is a whole new Bungie here. It's just, I don't know. When I was watching Kyle's stream, I watched both streams yesterday, both streams, and I just don't think it just the comparisons to Concord are justified. I will say the comparisons to Concord are justified. That being said, Bungie is still Bungie. I want to give the benefit of the doubt and think that Bungie is a little more competent than Firewalk Studios was. And keep in mind, the Concord team was made up of Destiny developers too. That was Destiny developers too. That was ex Bungie. Firewalk. So yeah. My chat's turned off Marvel Rivals. I bet you a lot of chats turned off Marvel Rivals. I don't do voice. Like even if I haven't played Rivals in a while, and I'll probably need to just because the new Emma Frost season and stuff like that. But whenever I play Rivals, we don't even have voice chat. Like you remember the first stream we did where we actually went into a voice chat lobby, and I was like, they don't hear me, so I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh. All right then. I'm like. You were ever one? It's just I don't think. I think it's just there's definitely red warning signs. I think there's definitely red warning signs when it comes to how Bungie is approaching this. aspect, how Bungie is approaching this, because not have it not be have it be a premium, a premium live service first person extraction shooter, which, let's be honest, the extraction shooters have serious competition, especially with the likes of like Hunt Showdown, Escape from Tarkov. Let's get a game. So Bungie is already going to be in already swimming, already off on the back. I think Marathon's going to be on the back foot, being an extraction shooter with no single player campaign, where I think having a single player campaign would actually actually be a good way to introduce your players to the extraction elements. The fact that it's only going to have 3 maps at launch, so very limited content. Battle pass for a premium live service PvPvE extraction shooter. There's already a battle pass. It's lifespan. It's not. I don't see a long lifespan. I see in them falling into the same mistakes that Firewalk did with Concord. Especially when, your little animation reel is like, a lot of this would have liked to have like a single player campaign, like a really good single player campaign, like 10-hour campaign that really goes into the lore and world building of Marathon and such like that. It'd be a good way to introduce new players to the world of Marathon. I'm just saying. Let's be out here. And I'm going to be honest here, the character designs are off-putting. They're not impressive. And don't anyone come in here, they'll tell me that I'm just looking for fat material. No, generally, I'm not a fan of these designs. I get how creative the trailer was, especially with this what I'm calling an overabundance of minimalistic graphic design. It's an overabundance at this point that everything is really into with the minimalistic approach, minimalistic graphic design, basically. I think it's an overabundance of minimalism. So we're going to get into it. We are going to get into the trailer because I want to show that to you. Because Rye Kitty hasn't seen the trailer, and I don't know if you guys have said it's not Dustborn levels of bad. I just don't think the character designs are that. I don't think it's just that appealing to me. I would say it's on the level of Spectre Divide. If you guys remember that multiplayer shooter that what was his name? What's his name? Sprout was toting the whole time. Sprout was promoting, and then it just like fell off a cliff, and the studio is shutting down because of it. I think it was like 600 million or something like that was put into the game. I think I remember seeing that game. It looked odd. Yeah, it just Shroud. Yeah, Shroud. That's what it is. Thank you, Emerald. Shroud. Yeah. So you guys did see that, and so you guys saw that because that's what just the design reminds me of too much. It's like I don't know. It's just I can't put my finger on it. It's like trying way too. I think it's just too. It looks art visually, like everybody is like praising the art style and everything. Everybody's praising the visual aesthetics and art style and such like that. To me, it looks unfinished. It looks unfinished. Like it just looks unfinished. Like it really does. I get the vibe they're going for, and I will give them points for being creative with minimalism. I will give them points for being creative with minimalism, but it's just not it's just not ringing it in for me though. It's not enticing me. It just isn't. And I'm not saying it because it's like, oh, woke elements or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just not interesting to me. It just looks meh. It just looks meh. It just looks meh, and I think the character designs are just kind of like it just meh to me. I think the whole thing just looks kind of like kind of could have been done better. I think it just could have been done much more interesting. And I will, and you know what? Kyle's kind of made a kind of good point. Some of the design, some of the male characters that I'm seeing look a little too androgynous. It just looks a little too androgynous for me. I'm like, it's just nah, man. I'm just like, just ain't there. It just ain't. It just ain't it. It's just not. It's not selling me. It's not hitting that marks that I think the game wants it to hit. And I'm just like, and I think that the way they're going at it, is way too. And I think the way they're going at this, and I think that's going to sell a short lifespan for this game, for this remake. And if I'm correct, the original Marathon is on Steam. It's practically free. And I think it's like open source too. And those are old games from 1990, from the late 90s too. And this is Bungie before Halo. This is before Bungie struck it big with Halo. So I don't know. I just think they're on the back. I overall, I think from what I'm looking at with Marathon, I think they're on the back foot. I think they're heavily on the back foot. And you know, it's like Kyle kind of made a good point. It's like when you see like the first 5 minutes of gameplay, it feels like you've seen everything. It's like, okay, yeah, I think I've seen it all. It's like you're not doing. It's like not doing enough to further advance the genre, further advance the first person shooter genre, let alone the looter extraction shooter genre, you know? And you have stiff competition. Of course you have the big one being, you know, Escape from Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, even the Division, you know? So it is the first person shooters are very much a crowded space. And even especially when it comes to looter and extraction shooters are also, you know, the looter and extraction shooters are also a crowded space too. Like you really have to stand out. Because it's like you had and now I'm thinking about the Division, because it's like, you know, you had some really interesting stuff going on with the Division, with the whole Dark Zone and everything, especially with the Division 1, stuff like that. And it did get better over time, but the Division had a rough start. But I think not having a single player campaign akin to the original Marathon, I think, is going to be more of a negative. Because if you're gonna do, because having a premium, if you're gonna have a premium $60 or $70 or even $80 PvE extraction shooter with a battle pass, I think that's going to be a hard sell nowadays. Like, you got to at least put in a single player campaign or something like that. Look at the Switch 2. Look at the Switch 2 and look at the other look at how what's going on with Nintendo. I just don't think that I think they're on the back foot. I think that this they're selling it. Yes. This is a premium. Yes, this is a premium. This is a premium title. Concord was a premium title. And this only bit of lore was like doing these vignettes every week. And it's like, and it didn't even last 10 freaking days. I get the sense that a lot is riding on Marathon for Bungie to get this right. And I think they're making a big mistake in, with, getting rid of proximity, with what I've just said, and, in creative, also getting rid of proximity chat. And I think they're just foolish reasons for not having, proximity chats. And they're trying to make this excuse that it hasn't been done well. And it's like, a lot of the successful games, that a lot of the successful first-person shooters, a lot of the successful, live service looter shooters have proximity chat. Saying that not having it because you don't want to deal with toxicity is just going to encourage even more toxicity. I think it's just going to encourage more toxicity. Like I said, sometimes your best moments is coming from toxic chat. I understand that. That's not all the time. I'm just saying it's a lot of times you're probably better off having that proximity chat because I think that's going to make because I think this is going to definitely help. I think it's going to help you guys in the long run. Again, that's just me. So Marathon is coming at this. Marathon is coming at this on the back foot. Marathon is already. So Bungie, and it feels like Bungie is already kind of like shooting themselves in the foot with this. And you think that after the whole disaster, after that, what was revealed with the layoffs after Division 2, which I'm gonna believe that at this point, not Division 2, Destiny 2. I'm sorry, not Division 2. I'm believing that Destiny 2 is gonna likely be in maintenance mode because they're gonna put all their focus on Marathon. The core Bungie team is gonna be focusing on Marathon. Are we going to see future expansions for Destiny 2 at this point, especially after all those layoffs? The whole thing with Bungie's CEO buying up classic cars all the time. Marathon's going to end up like Xdefiant. I can see that. And that's a shame, because you guys remember what happened with Xdefiant. You guys remember what happened with Xdefiant? The game not only did the game end up shutting down, but both Ubisoft San Francisco and Osaka offices were also shut down. You look at Ubisoft right now. Just look at Ubisoft right now. Oh well, I'll just play the 100 line this month. Well, right, you got the 100 line plus you got that you got the 100 line plus you got 1 point plus you got the upcoming 2.0. You got the 2.0 update because I don't know if you saw the live stream or not, but yeah, you got the 2.0 update. 1.7 dropping at the end of this month. 1.7 dropping later this month too. This month, so. You mean Tencent? So what we're gonna do? So it's 7:34. So what we're gonna do for this next hour is we're going to watch. I want you guys to watch the marathon CG cinematic trailer. Okay, we're gonna watch that together, and I'm very curious to what your thoughts are because I will admit that trailer makes the game look interesting. It makes it look interesting. It's just the downside is that I think it probably should have been better off having a single player campaign. So here we go. So I'm gonna play this right now. So this is the okay. I'm gonna make sure my audio is up here. Okay, so let's do this. I like the cinematography. I do like the cinematography. I like the way the camera's pan and stuff like that. I really do like this. But also, I just want to bring this up real quick. Yeah. Also, I want to bring this up. The game was touting, Bungie was touting that all of the blood splatter and it being blue blood because they're robots, and it's like, okay, so you're kind of sending mixed signals here. It's like, okay, you want to tout this game having like really good, really nice blood splattering effects, but because they're robots and they all become digitized when you kill them anyway. So what's the point of the blood splatter really? You know, that could be an interesting design. I'm serious. That could be an interesting design, but I'm not a fan. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's too much of an oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Let me start over. Let me start over. Here you go. My bad. Sorry, my bad. It's interesting. Like the cinematography and everything looked really interesting. And there are things I do like. It's just I don't know. I feel like there's too much of that indie like auteur. Like flag is down. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. My bad. Like, I like how they utilize minimalistic design. I like how they utilize minimalistic. I mean, it's kind of like the body situation. And I get what people are saying. Like every frame of this trailer can be made into a wallpaper, but
Vast and trunkless lips of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies,
because the way
whose
it's
frown
shot,
and wrinkled lip, the sneer of cold command, tell that it spoke too well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless.
I don't know what it is. It's like there are some things I like about the designs, but other things is just like feels like it's too convoluted.
And the heart that fed,
It's too much of a convoluted. Like I don't know if this is entirely CG or mocap, but how the way it's filmed I really like. Like I'm curious.
Welcome once again. Once again. Alpha, you shall feel.
I'm so sorry. What is with her mouth? I just don't I like I said, too much of a mismatch. There's too much of like a mishmash of like design ideas, and it just doesn't like I feel like it could I feel like if there was some at least somewhat something that was like appealing to look at, I guess.
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion. Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we...
Like this work like I will admit this only works because it's two colors, black and gold. It's a black and gold color scheme. I was like, okay, it works when it comes to two colors if you have a set color scheme going on, but when you have multiple different colors, that it feels like it's fighting with each other in a way, and it feels like there's not enough coherence. There's not enough coherence going on.
If we skip the formalities this time, got a big contract waiting down there, so...
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding and...
Jay, that's why I'm playing this, because it looks like this game could have been benefited if it had a single-player campaign, because it looks interesting.
exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah, it's supposed to be my lucky charm.
That's good. That's pretty good. And I like the way the cameras. I like those camera angles.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mother. Your mother.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
What? Really?
I do not like the face. I think it's too much of a try hard. I feel like the face is a little too much of a try hard look. And I think it's just having whatever that makeup is on her lips. It's just like, yeah, no. It's definitely vibe.
Hey, what's that you're always tuned into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is. You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Yeah, it's a little too androgynous. A lot of designs are very androgynous. It's like, oh, it's not something fat. It's like, no, I mean legitimately, it's too convoluted. There's too much convoluted. There's too much going on. I know I'm going to bring up slowly again, but one thing I want to bring this up real quick is how the designs use heavy use of, you see the use of numbers, how they use like numbers and graphics is very, very reminiscent of techwear, very reminiscent of techwear. And I know a lot of us like, techwear, and I do like techwear. Goodrich. I want to shout out real quick. Somebody in the chat. Goodrich. I saw that Smash shouted you out, bro. Good to see you. I was like, holy shit, that's Goodrich. I saw Smash shouted you out, man. Good to see you. Extra work under if they didn't have time or resource. That's a good point. No, but the one thing I was bringing up was that I noticed that there's a lot of usage of numbers in minimalistic designs, minimalistic graphic designs, especially with their design work. You see a lot of this stuff. They have simple shapes and numbers and such like that. And the reason I did want to bring up Stellar Blaze because I feel like there's a much more coherence when it comes to the way Eve suits implement the numeric patterns. They even implementing barcodes and such like that. And I feel like this was just, maybe I don't know much about this world. I just feel like it's trying to be too techwear minimalist for the sake of being techwear / minimalist, if you know what I mean.
You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
I don't want to say. I almost want to say. What was it? What was one of the styles of cyberpunk? Neo-Kish. I don't know if it was neo-militarism. This kind of style. No. Neo-militarism is stuff like with like Militech stuff like. So it's more like almost like a variant of like techwear meets like Neo-Kish. Like, but it's very minimalistic but it feels very much like there's too much going. I feel like it doesn't feel as coherent. You know what I mean? Yeah, it reminds me of that. It feels like a blog camp. It feels like a real blog camp. This girl, like, I just too much going on. Too much going on. Like, trying hard to be.
Just don't check you. I don't.
They want to sound like, yeah, because they want to sound the whole, matter, but they're supposed to be robots, so the blood's like digitized. They become digitized when it happens.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Boundless, alone and level sand.
More of this, like,
Stretch far away.
it looks interesting. I'll give it that.
Do you recognize this child?
Is that me?
Yeah. I like this though. I think that's cool. I think the way they did the credits, like, oh god. Oh yeah, it's very it speaks to the graphic design in a way. I don't know. And I like how like I said, I like how they use minimalistic design for this. It's just I don't know. I just don't know about that. It's just weird now. So let's go just a gameplay overview of Mess. So this is how it works. I'm serious. Graphically, this looks undercooked. I think it looks it looks unfinished. I'm gonna be honest with you. This looks unfinished.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4.
It looks unfinished. And I'm saying it in terms of graphics. In terms of graphic and art style wise, it looks unfinished. I see what they're going for. It just really looks undercooked. Like it's still in development. It looks like a first draft. Like a first draft. First alpha, first draft, basically.
You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a...
What is... Okay, excuse...
Up their human...
What is this? Like... Like, what is... What is this? Like you serious? What is this? I'm not a fan of these designs. I'm just not. It's just no. Like it's too much. One, there's like a mismatch of different colors. Two, what is on her face? What the hell is? It's just too. It's like to be like a JoJo character. It's like being like a JoJo character, but like the thing is with JoJo is like it's very like there is coherency. Like there is a good understanding, compare and contrast in colors though. Like you get it. Yes, they're weird, but you actually get it. It makes sense. It works. I just get the sense that like you just threw everything at the wall and just threw see what sticks. And just not realize the wall's kind of coated with Teflon, so nothing is sticking.
Human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat.
And I'm gonna admit, the more human-like androids here look way too androgynous.
Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4.
Unfinished. It just looks unfinished. It graphically it looks unfinished. Like, and I'm okay, not graphically, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of art style, this looks unfinished. Like the contrasting kind of like the bright reds and whites, it does remind me of Mirror's Edge, but this looks unfinished, like a first draft, like before they start kind of putting all the textures in and such like that. That is the aesthetic. It looks unfinished, Sean.
Are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map.
I know other games like this. You guys are gonna say like, Mirror's Edge. You're gonna say like even Haiti. If you know those titles, Haiti, a lot of those games like that. Just to me here, it just looks kind of unfinished.
Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive.
And you want to tout the blood splatter, yet all the characters are digitized when you kill them, though.
And your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings it.
There's a sense of the thing called a coolness factor. There's a thing is called the coolness factor. Now, any defenders here, I want you to explain this to me. How a design like this is cool. Explain to me how this is somehow appealing. This look is somehow appealing. Yeah, you want to use the excuse that it's a first-person shooter, but still. Like, I'm being serious. I would love an argument to this design, to specifically this kind of design. What was the thought process? Because this feels like throwing everything, every single living thing at the wall, seeing what sticks, and nothing is sticking. I'm like so tempted. I am so freaking tempted to actually to redraw this one scene right here. Like, and I'm not asking to be a sexy or anything. It's just more in this entire closet. Okay, what is this though? This just looks like a mismatch. Just like throw shit together, you know?
Its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay. Runners with unique playstyles and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful...
Like, even here. Like, it feels like a mismatch of body parts. A mashup of minimalistic and maximalistic. Yeah, minimal and maximal design. Like, I just feel like there's
gear. You'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your...
I wonder if this I'm starting to wonder what if it would have been like if it was like an extraction. No, even if it was like Snowbreak with those kind of designs and it was done as Extraction, but then there needs to be some coherency. I see what they're going for, and it's interesting. It's just nothing's hitting it with me. It's like there's too much going on. I feel like there needs to be some kind of coherency, some kind of like foundation to kind of build this design from, though. I don't know. I feel like we have to wait
your
for
teammates
more
and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No two runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and...
See what I mean? It just looks too androgynous, man. There's a lot of Frankensteining. Yeah, Frankensteining. It's just... Is that a man or is that a male or a female character? I can't tell.
and profit opportunities without being discovered.
And I'm being genuinely serious when I say that. It's like there needs to be like, this is from the same people who won't even define what a biological female is. It's just, I'm not asking for them to have curves or anything. Well, to ask them to have curves, but have some semblance of femininity. If it's a female character, then have some kind of semblance of femininity when it comes to the body styles. If it's with a male character, then have some kind of semblance of masculine features with the body types. This is too much. I'm gonna be honest with you. This screams too much body type A and body type B.
Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions. And the
Really? You're gonna vote Cosmos from Xenosaga? Really? Cosmos from Xenosaga. Come on now. One of your players is named Cosmos. If you don't know who that is, yeah, Cosmos. That's Xenosaga. Okay, that's a come on now. Come on now. I'm just joking. I'm joking, but come on now. Come on now. Listen.
The only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events.
Okay, seasonal storytelling and community events. I'm like, why not put a single player campaign? Why not go for a single player campaign instead of this seasonal storytelling structure? Because this whole seasonal storytelling is what did in Concord. And the last thing you want is another Concord. What Sony the last thing Sony wants is another Concord, okay? So this whole seasonal storytelling, I'm like, put a freaking campaign. I would put in a single player campaign that would at least invite people to this world, to understand this world, the mechanics and such like that, and get invested in the characters and such like that. This whole seasonal storytelling, I just don't think it's gonna work for a game like this. I think there has to be something like. I know people are going to use with the gacha games, and yes, and I agree. Gacha games do kind of in that with gacha games, they do that in the way of seasonal storytelling. I get that, but they already have a story established. There's already characters established. There's already a world established in, and plus, it's free to play, so you can run in the main campaign. You can run the main campaign and to your heart's you can run the main campaign in your own time and understand the world, and you don't have to just jump into the next story event. That you can start from the beginning, that way you can understand what's going on, who the characters are, and such like that. And I think something like Marathon could benefit from having a single player campaign where, especially if it's for $60 or for $70 or $80, have a campaign in there where you get to introduce what this world is, how it operates, the economics of this world, the storytelling, what it is, characters and such. At least that way people know that. That's what did in Concord. Okay, Concord screwed up so bad on that aspect of having seasonal events where you get to learn the backstories of the different characters, where it's like, put a freaking single player campaign. You have a freaking multiplayer hero shooter. You have all these characters, just make a campaign, because clearly you want to do some kind of Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff, then just go with it. Then just do with the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff. Just do that. Have those characters. Yes, those characters are dog shit. Yes, they are. But then at least establish the world, establish who the characters are, establish what we know about what's going on in this world. But no, that's not what Concord did. And I think that this would have had much better if it had some kind of single player campaign, at least anchor you in. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. And you're right. You're right, Sean. Single player may not have saved this. Right. Zones gives you the option to rewatch cutscenes you missed out on story bits. A lot of gacha games allow you to rewatch the cutscenes as a way to catch up on everything, just in case you missed out. For players who come back into Nikkei, they have a whole theater where you can rewatch every single cutscene, re-listen to every single piece of dialogue, so that way. If you want that way, it can help you catch up on whatever the current storyline is, or whatever the current storyline is, and not just in Nikkei, in every gacha game. Replayable story missions, so that way you don't feel left out. That way you know exactly what's going on. I'm just saying. No, and that's the thing, and I do agree, and not having a single player won't help if you don't have interesting characters, interesting character designs to kind of anchor you in down. I'm very curious of what the customization for this game is going to be. I'm very interested in this.
And more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
We'll see. I'm not. It doesn't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. It like it feels like there's not much of an event. I feel like this needs to be more of an adventure and such like that. You know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And I do think that what's going on with Air Marathon, I think it's just a lot of problems when it comes to modern gaming, though. Why I think that this game is better off being free to play than, making a premium priced title. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I look at the
by far one of the most
what is going on? What is going on with that?
most common questions I get about Marathon has to do with the runners. Is this a hero shooter? What's going on with their abilities? How different are they? So we're going to break down the 6 characters or runners that are coming to Marathon on the launch, and I'm pretty excited to break it down because it's a pretty fun system. Now, earlier today, I released a video on my overall review of Marathon. I'll have that down in the pinned comment below. I highly recommend you check that out. Also, please keep but it does use a little bit more heat. So Glitch is just kind of like you're wearing Stompies all the time. She's awesome, and I love to use her to just go around different engagements and just win.
It just feels like if you've seen like 5 minutes of gameplay, you're gonna see it all. It feels like you've seen it all, though. It just looks mid. It just doesn't like it.
It wasn't finished, but you could like remote control this fallen pike around and try to steal people's loot. It was actually like super hilarious, and I hope they put out some footage of that at some point. And I believe one of her passives allows you to see like the highest rarity item within a chest. So if you like look at a chest, it'll glow like purple or whatever. Into lobbies. The next character is going to be Void.
Like Void is probably the most interesting. Void to me probably is the most interesting design, and I feel like there could be, and I think there could be. I feel like it's just all you need is some like adjustments to make Void look much more like, okay, he's a male character. He's not. It's just. I think that one of the problems is that whatever the classes system is going on here, it just looks too. It just a good chunk of it looks too androgynous. Looks too much of a try hard. Like it's not. maybe it's not fitting in. Maybe it's like for the universe itself. I don't know. Anyway, it's what it is. What it is. So I mean, you can sound off in the comments whatever you want to tell me. I don't know anything or anything like that. I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know anything, but from first impressions, from my first impressions, it's just not selling me. It's just from first impressions, it's not selling me, and it feels like with everything that we're learning, Bungie is on the back foot with this. Bungie is legitimately on the back foot with this. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, you guys are amazing. We got like freaking 17 people watching. That's pretty awesome. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack the subscribe button, make it jiggle. I know what you guys thought in this, and Bungie, good luck. That's what I'm gonna say. Good luck. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm Makini 90, art ceremony illustrator, and see you all next time for another video. Last year, so till then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love, never apologize for wanting to attract women in your media, especially in video games, and above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great rest of your Monday, guys. I will see you all later. Oh, don't forget. Do not forget. Check back later, guys. I got a new video coming out. So I got a new video for later. So definitely check that out. Put the link. Link is in the description, guys. Make sure you turn the notification bell. Turn for notification bell. I will see you guys this afternoon as we got a new speed painting video as well. Until then, love y'all. Peace.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah! Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the Morning and getting your morning started off on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for as low as $1 a month. You want to support Makini further. And if you want to see more content from Makini and help him reach his 6K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. He would really, really appreciate it. I am Marisa Tali, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the Morning. Mwah! Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. We know that you guys love waking up with us here on Makini in the morning, but if you would like to actually be in the live taping of Makini in the morning, all you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free for free tickets. We would love to see you here in the audience for our next Makini in the morning live show. Makini in the morning is produced by Souvenir Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Enlisa Lockar Television and Makara Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.